Have you ever seen it?
Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen?
Have you ever seen?
Have you seen?
Hello, and welcome back to the Have You Ever Seen podcast. Last week, we talked about something, and next week, we'll talk about something different. But this week, we're talking about games, specifically video game adaptations.
Isn't it movie adaptations of video games? Otherwise, I've really messed this up.
No, we didn't tell you, we're just doing it the other way around.
Man.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's video games based on a movie.
Based on
like
movies.
Ghostbusters the game,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Terminator the game.
I can blag it.
Dino Crisis?
Have you guys played Vera Drake the game?
Yep.
It's really good.
Is it like Michael Jackson?
Is that the abortion one?
It's the abortion one.
All aboard!
Boop, boop. So, this week is games.
This week, introducing themselves with a happy phrase to make Luke feel better about ripping his trousers. Alex?
The hole ain't that big.
Sam?
Nice trousers, Rip Boy.
And Luke, can you make yourself feel any better?
Oh, really?
Oh,
This is
well.
pretty big hole. I've been walking around with these little shorts on, and they've got a big hole in the back now.
He wore the brown pants.
Yeah.
So, before we delve into the video games, guys, what have you been watching this week?
So I've been having like a super like totes Western Asian comedy romance drama weekend.
Okay.
Was
so
it
what-
crazy?
It was super crazy.
Was it rich?
It was super rich.
Was it Asian?
It was super Asian. No, like I watched.
So you watched Doctor?
No, I watched Doctor. Yeah, no. I watched Crazy Rich Asians.
I
Finally.
love Crazy Rich Asians. I watched that the other day too.
It's amazing.
Get on
isn't
Sky
it?
Movies, watch it right now.
Actually, like I was not at all sort of at all wanting to watch Crazy Rich Asians.
I think I only watched it because it's got Gemma Chan from Humans in, and I've got Humans like on a thing I teach, and Ken Jeong, and he's barely in it, and it's still great.
I only watched it because me and my wife didn't have anything to talk about, so so we just picked a random film. It was Crazy Rich Asians, and it was probably one of the most.
You need to sort out your technology because you've only ever got like one thing to choose from.
Yeah, you always
I
seem to
know.
be like dragged
The
kicking
one
and
thing on
screaming to
Netflix.
watch things.
No,
It's like, I didn't plan to watch this. I didn't plan to watch this. Like, everything you watch.
Okay, I'll tell you what I did plan to
Are
watch.
you paying for a really cheap package on Virgin where they give you one film a week or something?
No, I'll tell you. Okay,
And
I'll,
only
he
option.
knocks on your door each week. It's like,
And your
mate,
DVD.
you've got to watch this DVD.
I'll
You're
tell you.
watching it. I want to watch The Mask.
It's just wrapped in like an old
Crazy
crisp
Rich
packet.
Asians.
I can't talk about The Mask every week, Luke. No, okay, I'll tell you what I did choose.
So what
to
was
watch.
handed to you in some like fish and chip wrapper this week? Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians. But the day after, I also watched that other film, Always Be My Maybe, on
That's
Netflix,
great. I love
which
Always
is
Be My
also
Maybe.
awesome. So like as a sort of like combo Western Asian,
An Asian
sort
rom-com.
of rom-com like genre
Both great
weekend.
films, honestly.
Yeah,
I can't-
incredible.
I think both are brilliant.
Yeah, I enjoyed them. Crazy Rich Asians, I can see
Is
why
it-
people wouldn't want to watch
What's
it.
his name? Is it Randall Park?
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah,
He's
from-
great.
from
I
Ant-Man
really like
2.
him. And have you watched any? Is it Ali Wong? In the woman in that, I think
Yeah.
she's got stand.
Got
It's a
stand
stand
up.
up. It's really
when
funny.
She's pregnant.
Where she does both of her specials. She's pregnant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, there's probably one of the best uses of Keanu Reeves in that film.
Spoilers.
I walked in
Oh,
as
sugar.
my wife was watching the film the weekend, and I
Yeah.
saw just the Keanu Reeves scene.
It was
like
good
it
though,
when
right?
he's sitting
Good-
around
it's
the
good for Matt
sofa
character.
and
Yeah.
he's like challenging him to do stuff.
Yeah,
I thought that was quite cool. I like seeing Keanu Reeves.
he was awesome in
Have
that.
you seen, have you
he's
seen
got a great sense of
Keanu's shaved his beard ready for Bill and Ted?
Really?
No, I've seen
Yeah.
the released pictures of
I bet he
between
looks.
takes.
I bet he
Yeah.
looks 17, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's not
I
old.
bet you can't tell he's aged a day.
How's he gonna like? Because they go in a phone box, right?
I assume they're gonna have to age him up.
Well, no, there's no more
To look
phone
50.
boxes anymore, is there? They kind of got rid of them all now, haven't
But
they?
it's-
Or
It's a
a time
conspiracy
machine.
to try and stop Bill and Ted from being the Wild Stallions.
that's
and
what I was
saving the
thinking. I
day.
was thinking like, is the film going to be based around not being able to find a phone box to time machine in?
Literally just them walking
Yeah,
around,
Well,
looking
they've,
awkwardly.
they've cast Bill and Ted's daughters, haven't they? So they've each got a daughter, and I think they've both got names that are like female versions of
Jill and Meg.
Jill. Yeah. Basically, that kind of thinking went into the names, but it's a girl, Belinda and Tedina.
Tadina.
Yep. So I'm thinking, are the daughters going to be a big part of it? Maybe. I don't know.
You'd think so.
I'm up for
Death's
that.
in it.
I'm up for
William
that.
Sadler's back.
Yeah,
as
I'm
Death.
glad that he's back.
I wonder if Station's back. I'm hoping Station's back.
Rufus is dead.
Rufus is dead.
Oh man.
But Rufus is one of those characters who can kind of like could be anyone. Do you know what I mean?
Come back
He
as
could
like-
like he could regenerate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ooh.
he was dressed up as a black woman for the most of the second film.
You know what? Who I'm thinking could be like kind of like Time Lord style new Rufus. Whoopi Goldberg would be
I
a
was
good
just
Rufus.
about to say Whoopi.
But
Yeah.
Goldberg would be awesome.
She'd be a great Rufus.
Yeah.
She's always been great in everything.
Yeah,
hasn't she?
Whoopi Goldberg. She's great.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's
Or-
what.
Big Mo.
Big Mo, Gary Oldman's sister.
Gary Oldman's sister, Big Mo.
She was great in
Are
Hellboy.
we just going to try and cast her in something every
I
episode?
really think that she's like an underutilized asset.
She was great.
Like
in
we've
EastEnders.
got British gold there, and we're not using it.
Big Mo.
Big Mo.
I'd like to see her playing the Queen, but as her kind of Big Mo character.
She could definitely do Victoria.
like
I
a
think.
Cockney gangster
Cockney
queen.
gangster
Yeah, yeah.
Victoria.
I mean, how do we know Victoria didn't speak proper Cockney?
Yeah.
You know.
Sherlock Holmes, you slag. That's more like Ray
No, I
Winston.
prefer the idea of her playing like the current queen.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm
Where are
thinking
my
of it.
corgis, you slag? Get me some fucking eels. Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
I'm sold, man. I'm sold.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been watching this weekend.
Crazy Rich
anyway.
Asians
Great
with
film.
Big Mo.
With Big Mo.
And always be my maybe.
I'd always be my maybe with Big Mo.
Big Mo.
Has anyone seen The Dark, the Netflix series? I think it's just called Dark, actually, isn't it?
No.
German series.
No.
It's,
Everyone erroneously says that it's better than Stranger Things. I'm just tired of hearing it in all the articles. Sorry, Sam. What do you think? What do you think of The Dark?
it's different to Stranger Things. It's compared because it's got kids in it and it goes back to the 80s, but it's
I've not seen it. I'm joking.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
more drama than Stranger Things. It's more grown up.
Yeah.
It's like a grown up Stranger Things. Really. It's very different. It's not quite as fun, but it's still funny in places.
Is it as good as Sense8?
Horror, sci-fi.
I've still not watched
sort of thing.
Sense8. Horror side, no, not even horror, more kind of
Drama.
supernatural drama. There's a few elements which I don't want to spoil anything of it really because it's really good. It's really strong.
What? Where's it
Beautifully
from?
shot. It's German.
German.
When you watch it in Netflix, they automatically goes to a dub, and the dub is not good. So you need to go
Is it-
off the dub and turn on the subtitles.
It's German language.
German language
Yeah.
is
Oh, cool.
dubbed into English, but you've
Do
got
you
to
know
switch it back
what?
to German.
I absolutely love the German language.
It's
to listen
amazing.
to.
I
It's
love the really
incredible.
overly complex words they use.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's
I don't know
very-
any
it's
of
a
them,
very
but they're like-
attractive
there's
language.
like 100
Yeah.
letter words.
I used to think it was really ugly growing up, and I have no idea why. Because now I'm older, I think it's incredible.
Eine
language.
große Bier bitte.
Strong.
Most of them.
Yeah. Strong.
You want a
Zwei
big beer.
groß Bier bitte.
You want 2 big beers.
Yeah.
Fleischticker means meat counter.
Schweißdicker große Bier bitte. Meat counter beer.
You know all the best German.
That's me done.
Honestly, like I love Germany. Like when I went Paris, I could take or leave. I think
Yeah.
it's Paris one of those places you go to because, like, yeah,
I'll do Paris once
but
and never go back.
Berlin,
I don't know
I
any-
adored.
Honestly, I don't know anyone who's gone to Paris like thinking it's going to be awesome and just everyone's been disappointed.
Yeah, I was
everyone goes to
disappointed.
Paris. I mean, it's
It's
beautiful.
just-
There's some amazing architecture, some beautiful buildings.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll
like
take
a-
or leave the city. It's not really got a nice vibe.
Disneyland Paris was cool.
Not been there.
I have.
Munich was good actually. I really
I've
like
not been
Munich.
to Munich.
I
yeah.
So I really
go
want to
to
go to
Munich.
Berlin.
Yeah.
So you go to Munich.
Yeah.
I'll go to Berlin.
Yeah.
And then we'll figure out which
I
is
got
better.
stuck in Frankfurt airport once, and that was quite nice.
Yeah.
So next week on the travel podcast we've started, have you ever been?
Yeah.
Have
Have you ever been? Sam, again, that was quick. Well done.
But
Well
yeah.
done.
Guys, you
re-
need to do it.
I've only watched season 1 of The Dark or Dark.
Yeah.
What, is there more than one already?
There's 2 series. There's a third on the go. But
Okay.
I've heard season 2 is not as good, but it builds as
How
You
many-
know, any
how
of
many
these shows
episodes are
get
there?
cancelled, man.
How many episodes are there?
I guess 10. I really don't know. I've not really been paying that much attention, but I assume 10. It's really good, honestly. It's strong episodes, kind of gripping without being too heavy on cliffhangers and things.
Yeah.
But I've not been able to stop watching it.
Cool.
Rob, what about you?
This week I watched Toy Story 4, and I went in.
I've not seen the previous 3.
I knew I'd enjoy it, but I was sceptical. As
Do I need to have seen Toy Story 1 through 3?
no,
I've never heard of those. What are they? Who were they?
I think
by?
they're from DreamWorks. I think Shrek, like a spin-off
Okay.
maybe.
It's, yeah,
Yeah.
It's just about some
Low budget cartoon.
some
isn't it?
toys.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Yeah, live
adult
action
Toy
to-
Story? That was
Oh,
Toy Story.
that was
with Woody and Buzz. Yeah.
I'll never unsee that again.
I haven't seen that
Yeah.
version.
So what do you think of Toy Story 4?
I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It's my favourite one since the first one.
Yeah.
I've heard that people say it's 1, 4, 3, 2 or something. So
What's amazing, I watched
Yeah.
it the other day too.
I've not seen it yet.
I was very happy with the resolution of 3. I cried like a baby, in 2010 when it came
I
out.
thought you meant like how HD it was.
But oh yeah, the resolution. Yeah, but no, like I was really happy with the ending. I thought there's nothing else to do here. You can't do anything else. You can do something else.
You can. Okay.
And
It was brilliant.
and this is an even better ending.
Key and Peele good in it.
They're the best thing in it.
Yeah.
They're incredible. Like I was crying at laughter all the way through. It's so nothing's wasted in that film.
Yeah, good script.
Not a single line of dialogue is wasted. It either makes you laugh or makes you cry.
But it's
every
such a
single line.
simple, like concise story. I
Yeah.
think it's 90 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what you needed, I think.
Really
Just
tried.
a 90-minute
Yeah,
film.
isn't it really? You need to remember that.
Forky
Really.
is one of the greatest additions to cinema of all
Is
time.
that the resolution?
Ever. The resolution of Forky is really... You know what? Talking about resolution though, like if you go back and watch Toy Story 1 and then look at this, like the first 20 minutes of this, I mean the whole film's beautiful, but the first 20 minutes or so, they're like flexing their animation muscles and just really showing off all the little dust fibers in the air and the light and all the textures on the...
Yeah,
it's just...
reflections.
It makes you sick to look at. The opening shot is like an establishing shot outside with rain and it's just photo real. It's incredible. It might be my favourite film of the year. I can't see anything being better than it so far.
No, it's not my favourite of the
You
year.
need to watch Crazy Rich Asians.
Mate.
That's from last year, though, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to watch Crazy Rich
I've
Asians.
got 5
this year.
words in reply to that.
Yeah.
that
Star Wars,
One Cut of the Dead.
Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, I need to
You
continue
know what?
watching One Cut.
As much as I adored One Cut of the Dead, I still think Toy Story 4 is my favourite film of the year. Like
Toy Story 4 had
honestly,
me crying.
Hobbs and Shaw's not out yet,
But-
though, is it?
You know what?
Fast and Furious.
I'm
and Furious.
going to go and watch that because I think it's going to be great.
I think it'll be fun.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and
Yeah.
Shaw.
Oh yeah, I really want to
Statham.
watch Hobbs and Shaw. You know what? Like, screw off whatever the beef is between those guys. If Hobbs and Shaw is
Which
as
guy's
good
it
as
for
the
now? It's
trailers.
isn't it just Vin Diesel?
Vin Diesel and The Rock.
Yeah, but that's just Vin
And
Diesel.
John
He
Cena's
thinks it's
come
his
in like
series,
some
doesn't he?
sort of rebound booty.
If
like
I've
Fast
got
and
to
Furious
pick a
9.
side between those guys,
Yeah.
it's The Rock.
Did
you-
Every single day.
Batista said he won't be in the next one. He just said, I want to be in a good movie. And won't be in Fast 10.
He's so like arty, isn't he? Batista.
He's gone a bit art house, but
Yeah.
his
Isn't he
last-
doing June?
What was
Yeah.
that film he
Yeah,
did?
Dennis
I think he is.
What was that film he did sat on a roof? It's just him with small glasses sat on a roof. He's
Blade Runner.
No, no.
24.
He's in New York and there's like people attacking them and they're on lots of roofs. I didn't watch it. It was
I've,
the
you know,
trailer's
I think
him on rooftops.
I've seen the poster. I think for
Was he
it,
on a
so I've seen
rooftop?
I've seen him in glasses.
Oh,
I've
on
just
a
seen him
roof.
in glasses, looking all smart.
on a roof.
Yeah, just been like, this roof needs tiling. Like,
This is some shoddy talent.
Yeah, Toy
Luke.
Story. Check it out.
What have you been watching?
I suppose I'd better jump in with something I've been watching for a very, very, very long time, and I
Oh.
did finish it. Game of Thrones.
Finally finished
I'm
it.
all cut
We
up.
can
I
actually
watched it
talk
all.
about it.
Yeah, I finished
Oh.
all of it,
I
and
forgot what happened.
you know what?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was good.
Some chair. Got
Really
burned.
enjoyed it. Like it built and built and built, and I think maybe I don't have the same issues with the end that the people have.
I didn't mind it.
No, I think it was a good ending.
I mean,
just middle of the road.
season 8 stank of like people who'd been offered a new job and this was like their last week at work and they're just tying things up.
My
kind of
only
thing.
criticism was that it was rushed. I just
Hmm.
felt like they kind of went where you'd have like, you know, setting up say Cersei as being bad. They'd spend a long time building her up and showing her doing bad
Hmm.
things. It's just bang, bang, bang. These things are happening.
But who?
I would have
don't.
done-
I
I
don't.
just felt they switched the pacing too quickly.
Season 8 should have been 2 seasons. They should
Yeah,
have just
that's
dealt
my
with the
only
White
criticism.
Walkers, I think.
That
and
could have
then
been a
dealt
whole
with
season.
As much as you think I think this stinks of fans who just want more and more and more, and you're being greedy.
I
think
didn't want more. I
think
no,
it was
I didn't-
fine.
I didn't
think
want
It
it
should
was-
have
more.
ended with the White Walkers being defeated and then just standing there like everything's been done.
Really?
And then maybe Cersei kind of overseeing like all her armies, like they're not depleted.
Do you know
and then
what?
a season of her. Because I felt that she
Yeah,
didn't
I
get
think
she
the
didn't
thing
get a
is,
good ending.
it's got such a rabid. It's like anything with a rabid fan base. Everyone wants it to end. There's no way they could have
I think
ended
it's
it that would please
justified.
everyone.
Everything they
I
did
think
was
it's
fine.
justified.
Yeah,
Just
that
that
I'm,
was
much.
fast.
I'm very pleased with it.
And I do think it's justified. I think season 8 was 2 seasons smanged into one.
Nah.
Like, you can't spend all that time. I mean, to be honest, like,
What would you have dragged out? And it would have been dragging things out.
It wouldn't have been dragging things out. That's been the whole of season 1 to 6. Has
What
been
would
dragging
you have
things
dragged out?
Well, you got to drag out the White Walkers that just make that one season the whole prep. And
But
and
the whole
like
reason,
them
the whole
approaching
reason
and,
why
like,
they
meeting them and
can't do
stuff.
that is because the White Walkers are one-dimensional. The Night King's got no.
Well,
in
no,
a
you-
because they rushed it to make it-
character-driven show, He's the one character who has no character.
You
He's
could,
just
but
evil.
like you could have filled out the White Walkers
Oh, God,
in the
yeah,
season. You could have added much.
But that
more
would
of a
have
backstory
been
to
like
them.
a whole other.
Look,
you could have a whole season just like 1,000 years ago with.
That's what they're doing. That's
Yeah.
they're literally filming it
I
right now in Ireland.
I reckon that's what they'll do with a spin-off.
I'm not gonna watch. Well, I might watch this.
You
spin-off.
will.
You will.
Yeah,
You're like the world's biggest fan of Fear the Walking Dead over Walking Dead, aren't you?
Yeah,
One
Fear
day-
the Walking Dead's way better than the Walking
One
Dead.
day Alex will turn on his TV and there'll be nothing but Game of Thrones prequel on there.
I think some of the issue with like
The
because
only thing he can watch.
I think Series 6 of Game of Thrones was incredible. I think
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
where
yeah.
it peaked.
It was good.
And I think from there it kind of like
I don't like. Don't miss.
it wasn't as good,
I think
but it was still
like,
great.
I'm misconstruing myself in the fact that I wasn't necessarily upset with how it ended.
Yeah.
I just didn't enjoy. I enjoyed watching it up until the White Walker battle,
Yeah.
and then after that, it just all like.
My issue with that was
You know.
it was so dark. You couldn't actually see
That's- yeah, it
anything
was
that
pretty so
entire
sad.
episode.
I didn't mind.
The
that.
directors say you've got your TV set up wrong, Lux. It's your
No, I changed my TV
Yeah, me too.
settings.
It's too
I
dark.
turned the lights off and I changed all my TV settings.
A guy's
I didn't
gone
mind
through-
it. I
was
thought it
There's a
was good.
version on torrents apparently where someone's gone through and colour corrected it.
Yeah.
And
No.
you can see everything.
I have definitely,
No, I
definitely
got the
got the
detail.
right
I
setup.
thought it was good, man. I felt like I was actually.
Yeah,
I was
it's a long night.
suffocating.
It's
Like-
a long night,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
You felt like one of the Dothraki with their original plan to just ride into
No,
the
that was
darkness.
stupid. That was stupid. Everyone knows. Why would you? Okay, let's just send.
Are you ready to go into the black against
Yeah.
the zombies who just don't really need
I really
to see?
feel like if you just stand back with a long stick, you've got a better like in a pit somewhere. So they like let them fall into a pit and just stab them
Yeah.
in the head. I'd dig a really deep trench and just stab them as they come up.
I mean that battle was great, but it
I've
was
spent 4
not.
weeks
It
just
was
digging
not
a
a
trench.
patch on the one where when John
Very well.
goes across the wall and he first
That was
like
great.
with the
When
wildlings
the giant
and then the
falls.
zombies come in and the giant. Wow,
Yeah.
that battle was insane, and that wasn't.
There were
in
some
the
great
pitch
moments
black.
though. When
That was more terrifying
like,
because you could
kills
see
the
it.
thing.
No, that was really good, but I did think the Long Night battle on the whole was a really good watching experience.
No,
Like, I
yeah.
felt like I was sort of in it. Like you kind
No,
of felt the suffocation. I mean, that's what I took from it. I took from it that they wanted to put you there, so you
Do,
confused.
do you know what I
what's going
really
on.
liked? I don't know whether other people
Yeah.
liked it or not. When she finally took King's Landing, it wasn't even a battle; it was a slaughter. And I really liked that. I liked the fact that it was that there was no chance of the other guys winning. It was just a slaughter, and I thought, wow, this is bold. This is cool.
To be honest, like I kind of agree with you because I was there. Like I was there, sort of when she destroyed the Golden Company. I was like, screw it, because they came out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
might as
exactly.
well die
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
nowhere
yeah.
kind of thing.
and I think they did build up that she might
Yeah.
go mad because like her brother dies, like he was no dragon. It's
Watch
kind
them
of said
all.
they just-
Watch them all from the
quite evil.
beginning. That seed was planted so early on. If people did not see her turning, then they were not watching
Yeah,
the
I
right
said-
show.
I
I just,
didn't
they
like,
just, for
I
me,
don't
they,
understand.
For me, they did it wrong. Just the way that Cersei was just right there, like she was right there. Like if they'd have just done it, shot it differently, I think that you could have done it where she's just destroying the city. Maybe Cersei runs away. Like I wouldn't have been against Cersei just being like, screw this, getting out of there, and then Daenerys just takes the city and destroys it or whatever, and then it just becomes hunt down and kill Cersei like off.
So
like,
you,
in a
yeah, but
separate
you're
scene or
you're
whatever.
still against the fact that she's killing everyone for no reason.
No, I'm not against the
Oh.
fact that she turns. It was kind of, it was always going to happen because she was like, she's Mad
Targaryen.
King's daughter.
But I think
kind
there
of
was
thing,
just
but-
the right amount of like a glimmer of hope for her to maybe think.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
a slight chance she might not.
I kind of
But
like.
Cersei was right. If Cersei had run away and maybe they'd have done it so Daenerys was just furious at Cersei, like this battle that she's been building up to, and then she was
Yeah.
like, screw it. She loses her head, burns the city. That's fine with me. But it's just, I don't know, the way they did it with Cersei being right there. She could have just gone to Cersei, just killed her. Because that's what it was building up to. It was building up to Cersei v Daenerys, wasn't it? And it was there. And
didn't get it.
I like how
kind
there's
of
a little bit of little poetry to the kind of the feelings towards Daenerys in terms of like there's a lot of fans who are like, no, she's not evil. There's no way she'd be evil. And that's how the characters feel better in the show.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's exactly why she is what she is, because she's got all these yes people
Can I
around
just
her.
say, best death of all is Cersei's maester, who's just like thrown down the stairs.
Yeah,
And,
that was like a proper
the game
Highlander fight, wasn't it, between the Mountain
game,
and
yeah.
Hound? That was pretty cool. Although the
game
castle
ball.
wasn't made of polystyrene in this, it should have been.
I do think that's probably one of the best moments in that episode. It was
I
great.
loved it.
And the
I
dragon
thought it
flew
was
over.
really strong
It
right
was
to the
beautiful.
end. Yeah, really enjoyed it. I'm
I
a
actually
proper,
feel better
I'm
about
a
it
Game
after
of
talking
Thrones
about it.
convert. Yeah, no, cool.
Right, that's what we've been watching.
Is putting history at their fingertips is to find a cure. We're an army of criminals.
So as the host this week, I'm going to be going through some of my favourite and least favourite video game adaptations, and the other guys are either going to be agreeing or shooting me down.
Pow pow.
So I'm going to start.
Because they go power, they go.
I'm going to try. I'm going to.
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
I'm going to try to start on a high with my personal favourite. See all your reactions to it.
Before you start reading this out, right? Okay. Is there anyone here who thinks there is actually a good video game film?
Yeah.
There's a few.
There's one.
Actually,
Yeah.
not good for a video game adaptation, but an actual good film, something
No.
you would hold up as being like good cinema, like
No.
Ghostbusters. You know what I mean? Like, no.
Like
Yes.
We've been
No.
saying before, Luke, Detective Pikachu is very good,
Yeah.
but I still wouldn't say it's a great film. I probably won't ever watch it again.
No, don't say we're not saying great. We're saying good.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
the only video game movie that isn't rotten on Rotten Tomatoes is Detective Pikachu.
Right, okay.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think there's one that's quite good.
I think there's one that's quite good. Quite a recent one.
Hang on, is it one? Do I think there's one? One, yeah, only one.
Well, the one that I think is quite good, my personal favourite, is Mortal Kombat.
I mean,
But that's kind of good for being crap, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's a
but
terrible
like you
film,
said,
but it's fun.
It's not good on its merits of like cinematography or storytelling.
It's
Or
badly
special
filmed.
effects
It's badly
or acting
written.
or
It's badly
martial
everything.
arts.
But
It's such
yeah.
a fun film.
But it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a great. It's got one of the greatest soundtracks ever committed to film.
It's got one of the greatest actors ever in one of the best roles ever, Christopher Lambert as Raiden, which is again almost as miscast as Christopher Lambert as
Who's the actor who plays Shang Tsung?
Shang Tsung. Oh,
Because he's great and
yeah,
he's in.
brilliant. It looks
Yeah.
like they've modelled the video game Shang Tsung off of
I
him
think
now.
so. And well, Chris Lambert he's on the adverts for the new Mortal Kombat. Have you seen those?
He is.
Just playing Mortal Kombat with some French guys.
He's just as bad in the adverts as he is in the film. He's so miscast that it's perfect casting.
I will beat you at this game.
It's Kari Tagawa.
Yeah, he's
who
great.
plays Shang Tsung. Yeah,
Chris Lambert's great.
Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa.
But they're so wooden, and that's why it's great.
Yeah. I think for that era of films, it's a great video game film because
It is. Yeah,
It's better than Street Fighter.
Well, that
Oh,
I
which is
also
still
have.
great.
I
It's
also
still
have
great,
Street
but it's-
Fighter on my.
I think Mortal
enjoy
Kombat
list.
is a better film.
I would.
If I was to watch either,
Right.
it'd be
The one I was
the
going to champion today was Street Fighter, and it's not because it's a good film, but it's because I enjoyed the hell out of it
amazing.
growing up.
It actually feels
And it's-
like a video game on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed the game more than the film. Like, I watched the film
Street
when I was-
Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter.
I think everyone enjoyed the game more than the
Yeah,
film.
yeah. Like,
If
I
anyone
think
enjoyed the
that's
film
going to be a
more,
universal running theme, isn't there?
I'm glad we can agree.
Mortal Kombat. When I was looking into this episode, I was looking at that because
one of the
the
worst,
sequel gets destroyed, doesn't it? But the first one's great, and I do quite like Goro in that film.
Goro,
Looks
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
just
the
a guy,
visual
wasn't
effects
it?
on that.
It was just a guy with a
Special
suit,
effects.
wasn't it? It was amazing.
Yeah. Like it kind of like whacked it up. Sorry guys, just knocked my pop filter into my face. Just holding it on his shoulders. But I rewatched some of the Michael J. White.
It's a good
do you remember in
series.
2010 they did the Mortal Kombat shorts?
Yeah, the pilot.
They did a little
trailer.
pilot.
I
And where
remember
they
loving it, but has it dated now in 9 years?
It has dated a
Does
little
it feel
bit.
like not
Right.
2010's dark
They kind of
movie?
rebooted it as like a Batman. I think it was
Yeah.
sort of Dark Knight era, and it was sort of like he was
Let's make
instead of
everything
Major
dark.
Jax Briggs, he was Detective Jax, and he had Sonya Blade as his. It was alright.
Decent
They made Baraka as like a criminal and
Was he a serial killer? Or was that
Serial
Scorpion?
killer.
Was the
Reptile.
Yeah.
Reptiles, Scorpion. And then a couple of years later, they did the Mortal Kombat Legacy shorts, which again, Michael J. White came back.
Yeah.
And he played a sort of different version of Jax.
They
And it was
just
more.
weren't as good.
It was more traditional. It wasn't as good. Darren Shalavi was in that
Yeah.
as well.
Rest in peace.
Rest
in
in
peace, yeah.
peace. Darren Shalavi from Ip Man 2 and Blood Moon.
Peace to you, Darren.
Awesome.
Just have a moment of silence for
Awesome.
Darren Shalavi.
Darren Shalavi. He was also Mission Impossible. He was one of the henchmen in what's the one in Dubai?
Mission Impossible 4.
Four.
Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, he's one of the henchmen there.
That's
That's
Yeah.
the best Mission
You,
Impossible.
you
by
know
the
when
way.
they're doing that, like they're pretending that they're in
It's
the
three.
room above the other
It's
one.
three.
Three's
Four.
the
Three's
right.
the
The
best
right
one.
answer's 3. He's the
Four's
best
the
Mission
best
Impossible.
one.
Okay.
Four's the best Mission
I think
Impossible.
3 goes back to the first one.
Agree to agree that Alex is wrong.
Four's
Yeah.
the best one.
4's great. They're all
4 is
great.
the best one.
Yeah.
If 3 wasn't a film.
Three's really
Yeah.
good, and I love 3, but 4's the best one.
Okay.
Would
Well-
4 be the best one if the villain wasn't so good in 3?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Like it is like it's
Hoffman lifts it.
Like you can't beat
Mission Impossible.
Hoffman.
Mission Impossible 3 is heavily reliant on Hoffman like making that film better.
And also the fact that it's amazing.
And but Ghost Protocol is all round amazing. Like all round. Like
the actions in
Right.
it is amazing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Blue
I
is
just
blue.
think, I care more about 3. I think
yeah,
because
maybe.
it's
Well,
got a great villain.
I
'cause it's
prefer
got-
4. I always prefer watching
Alex is
4.
more of a casual Mission Impossible fan anyway with the series.
He just
whereas
watches whatever his TV
he just
allows him
watches
to that day.
whatever that man brings in the little bit of newspaper.
You're right, mate. I've got Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol again.
I just wanted to watch The Mask. Watch Mission Impossible 4.
Have you not got
It's the
4 out
best
yet,
one.
mate? Nah, still 4.
Okay.
I'll try and get you 5 if Jim finishes it.
5 does get better with every watch. But
No, they're
4's
all
better.
great. And
They're all brilliant.
I'm not
Every one of
criticising Mission Impossible. Everybody has Mission Impossible, Mortal Kombat. But they're making a new one. They're shooting it
I
in
read about
Australia.
that. Sounds good.
So we'll see. Maybe that
With
breaks
Ronda
the curse.
Rousey as Sonya Blade.
Ronda
it that
Rousey
one?
is like the
I
worst
hope,
actress
I hope
on the
Christopher
planet.
Lambert comes back because as he
I
gets
do.
older, that'll be a better.
Who's going to
Raiden.
play Who's going to play Raiden better than Lambert? It's just
Nobody.
no one.
No.
Not possible. I think the problem is with Mortal Kombat, it's great characters. There is no plot to the game really. It's just good characters.
No, they have to
So-
kind of fudge the plot together.
So you have to kind of fudge, and the plot is a tournament, and
Yeah.
To
and
the
you can
death.
only have a tournament film as a low budget 80s cheesy film. That's the only type of tournament film there is really.
Unless they change
Unless
it completely.
it's like Warrior,
Yeah.
and then it's high art. Wow, should we do Warrior?
That's a good
But
film.
just dress them all up as Mortal Kombat
Well,
characters.
is Warrior not UFC?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
The game,
Yeah.
Just with a
as a film?
tournament, yeah.
does that count?
Because that's a I think you could say that's a UFC the game as a tournament.
There you go.
But as fun as Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter were, doesn't always translate. Look at the Tekken film.
Dragon Ball Z.
Have you seen the second
Yeah,
film?
it was awful.
Yeah, it was a bit awful. There's 2, I think.
There's Dead or Alive as well.
Yeah,
There's
a
Dead or
second
Alive
one.
as well.
Yeah.
Holly Valance.
And there's a Street
Holly
Fighter
Valance.
Legend of Chun-Li starring Kristen Crook from Smallville.
I have that.
Have you
And
heard
that
of the girl
in
from
my
Smallville?
awful.
You know, the blonde one?
Yeah.
She was in a sex cult?
Yeah, that was years ago.
No, literally, she went down this year, I think.
Oh, she'd been prosecuted.
She's been
for that.
prosecuted,
No,
yeah.
she was arrested for that.
She
years
was
ago.
basically like the kind of
She
the
was
pimp.
like, I think she was like grooming young girls
She
and
was
getting
like
them to go to the cult leader
you know,
or something.
Is it the Judas cow in a slaughterhouse, the one that leads to the cow? She
Yeah,
was that.
the
She
Judas
made the
cow.
girls think
Judas
everything was
cow.
good. Like, I'm
You've
a
heard it
celebrity
here,
woman.
guys. Kristen Cook's friend, the blonde one from Smallville, was the Judas cow.
Oh my god.
And Superman,
Allegedly.
Superman failed to
Sued.
get her all this time.
Allegedly. You know why? It's
I was
they,
beating all these supervillains, but all along there was the Judas cow.
it's because they never let him fly.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have had to join a
I
cult
only,
otherwise.
I only learned what the Judas cow was the other day when I was watching Bob's Burgers.
It's in Bob's
It's
Burgers.
in Bob's Burgers, the Judas cow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, I like Mortal Kombat, but it's a fun film. I don't think it's a great video game adaptation
See,
still.
Street Fighter, what I really like about Street Fighter is that it kind of just went balls to the wall with insanity. And it must have been great fun being on
I
that
think
set.
the only reason it went balls full insanity was because they cast Raul Julia.
Oh, right, bear in mind, rest in peace, Raul Julia.
Hang on. Moment of
Raul
silence.
Julia had full-on stomach cancer during that whole film, and he died straight after. So that was his last role, and like that to work around
Arguably his
that.
best.
I bet he had
Yeah.
a blast making it. Though.
He had.
Did you know that every
had-
Bison dollar is worth $5 US?
He's got some banging quotes in that film. What was it? The day Bison terrorized your village, was the greatest day and most significant day in your life. But to me,
It was a Tuesday.
it was a Tuesday. Like, yeah, that's like a Thanos line.
Yeah. I
But,
like to imagine he didn't even have that scripted. He just
You
came
had
up with
Van Damme, full on cocaine mode, who was just an
Yeah.
absolute nightmare and a diva on set.
Kylie?
You had Van Damme slept with Kylie, apparently.
Did he?
During the filming of it. Yeah, Kylie was in the.
Can
That
you
is
blame either of them?
majestic,
That's two
man.
beautiful people
Kylie,
together.
yeah.
That's just like.
I think he was just like,
magnetism?
we're in Bangkok and she was all beautiful in front of me and I showed her Bangkok. I'm like,
Shut up, Van Damme.
Van Damme, dirty bugger. But yeah, no, I thought it was real cack.
It's fun. It's
and
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
real
it's
fun.
camp fun.
Where is it set? Shadaloo. The fictional
There's
East
a
Asian.
fantastic jet ski chase.
Yeah, they got
for
the
no
weird
reason,
that
like-
sort of boat. The boat was kind of like, remember Thunder in Paradise with Hulk Hogan?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. The girls look pretty.
Alex, you're looking
Ooh,
like
they
you've
look
not seen
nice.
Street Fighter.
Thunder.
I saw Street Fighter when I was a kid.
Alex.
But I feel like
as
you
a
guys.
kid, did you
yeah,
like it?
yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I thought it was all right.
I think as a kid it might be one of my favourite films.
Had you seen Thunder in Paradise though? Because you
I
might
had
not
not
enjoy the
seen-
boat scene as
with
much.
the Hulk?
And I'd not seen Thunder in
Thunder
Paradise.
in Paradise. The girls look pretty. Ooh, they look nice.
Do I need
That
to
might not even be the song, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Do you recommend
You better
seeing
start
Thunder
running.
in Paradise?
Yeah.
Because the hurricane's coming.
It's like a crap Magnum PI.
It's like, yeah, it's like.
That's the recommendation.
It's like Knight Rider, but it's a boat. But there's like, you're so limited with what you can do. As long as there's a crime on the coast and it's on the water,
That's like Baywatch.
then Thunder in Paradise will come and
There's
sort
drug
you out.
dealers and gangs that send in some lifeguards.
How many times have you guys seen Thunder in Paradise?
Thunder
It was on every Saturday.
in Paradise.
Before or after Gladiators?
Alex.
I think before.
The girls look pretty. Ooh, they look nice.
I think we need to cut in some of that. It'll get taken off YouTube.
You know what? I don't even remember. Thunder in Paradise.
What is your standout video game adaptation?
Well, it's not going to be as passionate as Street Fighter.
Or Thunder in
But-
Paradise?
But like, I looked at all the films that I've watched, video game adaptations,
Adaptations.
adaptations, and I have to say,
That's a good film, actually. Adaptation.
Yeah, but I actually think Silent Hill is probably sort of like
Right, you're wrong. Stop talking. It's awful.
no Silent
Have you
Hill.
watched it again?
Watch
No.
it again.
I don't want to
Yeah.
watch it again.
It's not age. It's like watching
I
Resident
watched
Evil
it.
1.
Is it?
I watched it like a
Again.
year ago.
Oh.
It's one of the most boring, terrible, awful, incredibly bad
slow,
films I've ever
slow.
seen. In
I
my
watched
life.
it in 2006, and in
Wow.
2006, it was a good film.
Watch it in 2019 because it's now a terrible film.
The guy with the pyramid, on
Pyramid
his
head.
head.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
like the main villain?
Yeah, just like
Well,
side
it's-
characters.
It's kind of like, for me, it's sort.
Carry on.
I'm kind of
Carry
enjoying.
on.
I'm kind of enjoying. I don't want to.
Carry on.
I don't want to talk about Silent Hill to this.
Oh, is it because you've suddenly been transported to the beach with Terry, Hulk Hogan, starring in Thunder in Paradise?
This is like the most anti-Silent Hill song.
It hasn't kicked in yet.
Doesn't sound like an action show, does it?
It's like Baywatch.
Is it better than Baywatch?
The intro's really cool. I always remembered
Is
it.
Sting. Sounds like Sting.
Could be Phil Collins.
Maybe Phil Collins. Yeah. I
This
don't
is
know.
not like the song I was singing.
No, nothing like it. It does sound a lot more like Phil Collins.
The girls look pretty. Ooh, they look nice.
Yours is like an Irish sea shanty. In paradise, the girls look nice. Yeah, she stopped that.
Oh,
So that was
Yeah.
the Thunder in Paradise interlude.
Alex
know,
was wrong about
Back
Silent
to
Hill.
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill's good, man. It's like
know what? I
literally
remember
the only good film.
The opening 5 or 10 minutes were quite good, I remember. But then after that, you just snore.
I mean, I get that it's a bit slow, but if you've got like limited patience and like maybe brain function, I guess you can't
Have
necessarily.
you watched
follow
Resident
the-
Evil 1?
Well, the first one's
That
the
was-
only one that I've got on my
Oh,
half
Resident Evil,
decent.
I think of those, Extinction's the best one in the desert. I really like that film.
Do you-
I don't
got
think I
a
saw
sword.
it.
Swords
directed
and stuff.
by Russell Mulcahy.
I've Highlander
What,
films.
Highlander. The one in the desert.
Okay.
I don't know which one it is.
I
I
like
hate
that.
all the Resident Evil films.
I think the
they're
desert was
terrible.
the best one. And the other day, I used an example of the kind of cross laser beam thing that slices up the sergeant. I quite like that.
Just to your cult of
Who was that? Colin Salmon.
student kids.
Colin Salmons.
Was
yeah,
it
to
Colin
some students.
Salmons?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like him.
I remembered it. Yeah.
But that Resident Evil, like that scene where they're like dodging the lasers,
And they chop
that-
him up. That's
yeah,
the best
that
bit.
was
That's the
pretty
best
cool,
bit, yeah.
man.
No.
The,
Like,
the
that was-
scene
that
that they
was a cool
stole from
scene.
Cube.
Man, it's awful.
It was
It's
entirely
not a
stolen
good
from
film.
Cube's better.
Cube did it better, and Cube did it first, so
Yeah.
it was stolen.
Entrapment did it.
Entrapment's
Before
awful,
Cube.
though,
No,
isn't
no.
it?
I would like to see Colin Salmon do the entrapment kind of sexy,
Yeah.
but in the air stuff. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Entrapment?
Not really.
I thought it was awful.
I thought it was like.
I don't
reminded
even
me a lot
remember
of-
it.
No, it was,
I don't
There's
remember
another
it.
film that's exactly like
Thomas
it,
Crown.
better. I think it's Thomas Crown that's really like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But-
better. The
but
original as well. Thomas
Entrapment's one of those where like the twist just makes no sense. It's just like they
Yeah.
got to
Well,
the
don't
end
spoil it.
Crown. That's a bit like Dark Knight.
People might not have seen Entrapment.
Dark Knight Rises
People don't
just
need
annoys
to
me.
see Entrapment unless it's one of Sean Connery's last films, isn't it?
Is it?
Maybe.
I think his last film was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Was it?
Hashtag
That was
facts.
his last film, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Wasn't he the voice in Eragon? No, was it Eragon, the dragon?
No, you're thinking Braveheart.
Dragonheart.
Dragonheart.
Braveheart.
You know Braveheart. You know that when
was the voice of Mel
Mel
Gibson.
Gibson is struggling to like win the battle at the end, so he calls upon Sean Connery the dragon. Oh, Sean, I need your help to beat the British.
Why is Sean Connery voicing Mel Gibson?
Oh, I don't know.
He's a talented voice actor, Sean Connery. Man.
I'm going to use my Spanish accent for this one.
Anyway, I'm sitting
I
on
disagree
Silent
on
Hill.
Silent
So Silent Hill. Oh god, it's
I'm
awful.
saying it's a pretty
It's
good
bad.
horror. No, like horror films make you feel.
It's not. It's
eerie.
not a good horror film.
No, it's good, man.
No.
It's all right.
Can I throw out my suggestion for the best horror film adaptation? No, video game adaptation. We're doing video games, aren't we? And again, might be an unpopular one, but I think the Tomb Raider with Alicia Vikander might be actually. It's actually. I think it's a solid film. It's not great.
I put that down. Actually.
It's watchable. It's a watchable, workable film that actually kind of does function as a film.
I put that down.
Doesn't
as
usually
well
happen
as
in
a
video
good
game
film.
films.
You think it's better than the Angelina Jolie?
Much better, yeah.
I quite like the Angelina Jolie one when that came out.
I think
That's alright.
it does everything right. It's got some amazing. Unfortunately, all the best action sequences are in the trailer. So there's an amazing chase scene through London where she's on a bike and she's doing a bike race. It's great. There's a scene of her kind of getting across a river by going over an old plane that's hanging at the edge of a waterfall, straight from the
That's pretty
game,
intense.
which is great. It's intense. They took out some of the supernatural stuff, which I wish they hadn't. Have you played the Tomb Raider
I
game?
feel like they.
Yeah.
I feel like they played it. They did play it a bit safe. with
Yeah.
the new ones, like in the hopes. of
I'd
getting a
rather they'd
sequel,
gone a
but-
little bit more towards like because the game basically there's like an ancient Japanese queen, isn't there, who's like a vengeful ghost, and I wish that had been. I wish that had been there.
You
It's
know
got
what?
Was it Walter Goggins?
Okay.
Is it Walter?
Walton Goggins.
Walton Wally Goggins. It's got him in it, and he's
That's
great.
the name you give a child if you want them to be bullied at
Wally
school,
Goggins.
isn't it? So our surname's Goggins. What should we call him? Walton.
I've got a confession to
Bob
make
Goggins.
about Tomb Raider though. Like I could never even get to the first mission. I was just like trapped in the mansion. Like and I
In
just
Tomb Raider 1, the first game.
Yeah.
Not the remake.
Like on the PS1.
on the PS1, yeah.
Oh,
And
mate.
I'd just shoot the butler and he'd put up his tray.
That's
and,
number
like,
2.
Is that number 2?
Yeah.
Is it? I don't like. I just bought it.
Tomb
Everyone said
Raider
it was
2.
good.
So
It's
you
a
just went on the
masterpiece.
training mode. That's
Is that
why,
it?
Yeah.
I was
there's one
awful
called
at games.
Lara's,
Yeah.
Lara's Home, which is the training mode.
No, I nailed Crash Bandicoot after a few years.
Yeah.
Did you finish Crash Bandicoot? That's hard.
Yeah. The first
I
one.
finished
no,
it on the
Took me
Insane.
so long.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Ah,
I
so
couldn't
hard.
get past the first level for about a year, like on the beach.
solid,
I couldn't
isn't
get
it?
off that beach. But then once my friend got past the beach, then I watched what he was doing. I was like, okay, cool. And then I
Were
got
you
through
playing with a
few
controller
items.
in your mouth or something? Because that's
No,
like
honestly,
All you've got to do is jump and run forward in the first level.
no,
It does it for you.
I burned through number 2 and number 3 before I even finished number 1. Like, I
Okay.
smashed
No, I
them,
think number
but-
1 is the harder one. I think they made it easier for the next game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a great little moment in Uncharted 4 where, because it's made by the same company, they've gone from fun Crash Bandicoot games to like photoreal epics. If you haven't played Uncharted games, they're incredible.
Is Tom Holland making an Uncharted film?
Yeah,
is he,
because
or-
there's flashback bits that he's gonna be like baby Nathan Drake.
baby there.
Baby Drake. But there's a moment when like he dusts off an old console, he plays a bit of Crash Bandicoot on the PS1 with his missus. It's quite good. And you get to play Crash Bandicoot in the game.
They need to make a Crash Bandicoot film, I think.
I think it'd be good. Yeah, that'd be
yeah.
quite good. I mean, Sonic.
Do you reckon
is
that's the
happening.
only time a video game character in a game you've controlled him as he's played another game? Gameception. Like
Maybe.
so,
Oh.
you're
There's gotta be another
controlling.
one.
Yeah, you're controlling.
You're
him,
controlling
the
Nathan
game.
Drake playing Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
good.
Crash Bandicoot? The first one?
One, yeah, on the PS1.
There's a
Literally,
crab?
There's a PS1 in there.
Do you know what was better than that? In the old Duke Nukem, we used to just like get a hooker to show you boobs, like the stripper. Do you remember that?
Crash
Yeah.
Bandicoot?
No, in Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem was good.
What's Duke Nukem? Have you never played Duke Nukem?
What console was it on?
It wasn't on console.
N64.
That was.
it
Oh,
an
it might have been.
N64?
I used to play it on PC.
It's 64, I think.
I was
Oh,
on
man.
PlayStation, man.
I used
Yeah.
to play my cousin's
Yeah.
version of
It
it.
might have been on there. It was like,
Might have.
yeah.
That's one of those that they've been talking about making for 20 years.
Duke
They
Nukem
made it. Duke
would
Nukem
be
forever, didn't they? The
like-
game.
Did they?
That was 20 years in the making.
But if they were to do a
20 years in the
movie-
making,
Oh,
like
I
a
meant
re-
the film.
It's
bad.
like it'd be like a
The film
Deadpool.
is.
Yeah.
He's like a Deadpool type.
He's basically
character.
like a parody of Stallone, Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
all those big buffly.
Big
Those
buffalo
big,
guys.
those big buffly guys. So buffly. Yeah.
Why don't they
It-
make a... They haven't made a Grand Theft Auto, have they?
There's no one buffly enough to play the
Yeah.
guy.
That would be cool.
I think Grand Theft Auto 5 would make a great film.
How do you make an anti-hero out of someone who's so despicable?
It would end up being like Need for Speed or like.
But can you imagine it? Because the guy who plays Trevor is just Trevor. Have you seen him?
He's brilliant.
He's in Walking Dead, isn't he? And he's just great.
I think GTA would have to be a series.
Who would you have play Duke Nukem now?
Duke Nukem. Big Mo.
You could strap a blonde wig on The Rock. He's not. The Rock,
You know what? The Rock could pull off
quite
Duke
funny.
Nukem.
He's
Yeah, I think The Rock.
You know what?
Yeah,
The Rock
I think
wouldn't. Because The Rock's a nice guy. The Rock is just a sexless nice guy.
Yeah, it seems like too controversial.
He doesn't even like
for The Rock.
want to like have a romance in his films, does he? Because he's nice guy Rock.
Yeah.
He's safe and sexless.
I'm like, nice people are romantic.
Sexless.
Honestly, think of The Rock. The Rock is honestly the only time he ever kisses in Jumanji is when he's like a 13-year-old boy, and it's awkward and weird because he's safe Rock. I mean, kids can watch him. He's sexless.
Okay.
Honestly, he's like an action man. He's just like there's nothing down there.
It's a plastic.
Just
Do you think he'd
Flat.
show us or?
he would happily because he's just a surfboard down there. It's flat.
So I think you can take this as fact that The Rock has no penis. That's
Hang
fine.
on, is
Sam says.
Jumanji? Does Jumanji count as based on a game?
No, it's a film that bases a game within it, doesn't it?
No, but there's a video game in the film called Jumanji.
The trailers just dropped for that. The next level.
The next one.
Yeah, it's called Jumanji. The next level.
But
It's alright.
there's no
got
game
Danny
that
DeVito
Jumanji
in.
was based
I
on.
didn't like the most recent Jumanji, the one
That's
with
alright.
I
And
didn't
Danny
like it.
Glover.
Yep, Danny Glover.
Hell yeah.
Because if you're going to go with that route, there's a game in it. You may as well go Toy Story 2.
If you're gonna go that route, I think the best video game movie of all time,
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
I don't think anything can
No,
touch
Wreck-It Ralph is-
Wreck-It
It
Ralph.
It brings video game characters in it. Like Cubert's
Yeah.
like struggling
So,
for money and
Cubert's
stuff.
in it.
'cause no
Sonic
one's
cameos
playing
in
his game.
it.
Is Sonic in it?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
walking around in the background.
Has he got photoreal teeth? Human teeth.
Yeah, he looks like a little dead rat.
Have you seen how so Sonic's had the backlash or whatever
Yeah,
about
yeah.
what he looks like? So they've just been
They're just
like,
redoing
we're
it.
going to redo it. But
You know
then
what?
The Marvel Avengers game has had a big backlash.
Backslash.
Backslash.
Which
It's
is
a Turkish
words
meal.
front centre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like at the end of Avengers when he wanted shawarma in the game. He wants I want some bashlag.
But Marvel have come out and said we ain't changing the character.
But they can't because they can't afford to.
Who cares? To be fair,
red
like the
licenses.
character models in Injustice looked awful. The faces, they look really generic and bland. Doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the gameplay. Like you'll
You know what?
you'll see the back of their heads when you're playing in that.
You know
game.
what didn't?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. The villains in that look amazing. Honestly, some of those are the best versions.
Some of them are quite generic.
Electro's great.
I mean, even Peter Parker looks pretty generic in that.
Yeah, but he is generic. He's just.
Yeah, because we're all meant to have a bit of Peter Parker.
Yeah, he's
But
never.
it's almost like the Avengers game, and I think Injustice was the other one that annoyed me. Injustice 2 especially. It's like they didn't base it on anyone real, so they just made up a face. Someone went, "Oh, there's two eyes, there's a nose.
But that
Might
doesn't
make it a
always
bit
work.
wider."
Did you ever play Mass Effect Andromeda? They
No.
based it on real people and they just destroyed it because the people were like freakish.
Oh,
It
okay.
didn't work.
What about Doom as a film?
Doom, the film is terrible,
Yeah,
but if
it's
they
not
made a
very good.
film based on the new Doom games,
Yeah.
which are just wonderful.
That first-person scene at the end of Doom is pretty sick.
Yeah, that's I
it's-
think it's worth.
Is it
It's-
worth
it's-
sitting through the whole rest of the film for in any way?
No, but actually,
If you do enjoy it, literally YouTube Doom first person scene, you get to enjoy it.
or watch Hardcore Henry, which is
Yeah.
an entire movie of that, and it's really.
That's
Have you seen
kind of
Hardcore
video game
Henry?
adaptation. I watched it really recently. I love it.
I love
Sharlto
Hardcore
Copley,
Henry.
just wonderful in it.
Yeah.
Hey, nice! Where'd you get that flamethrower, bro? Amazing.
But if they made the Doom film now, with The Rock now, and his popularity, it'd be a massive hit.
It'd be a hit.
Watch if you Google Doom movie Rock. Look how small the Rock looks in it now compared to now. He looks
Pre-steroids Rock.
absolutely tiny.
Have you seen the meme where it's like Rock 2006 or something, Rock 2018,
Yeah.
and then Rock 2030? It's just a rock.
It's just a big rock boulder. He's eating the Rock.
I saw a great video today on Facebook. It popped up. It was a guy he put a sticker on the back of this really muscly guy and he couldn't get it off because he was so big. He couldn't get his arms anywhere near the centre of his back.
The Rock was in a video game movie recently, wasn't he? Did anyone see Rampage? I didn't.
No.
Rampage is good.
Yeah,
Is
it was pretty
Rampage
good.
is good, man. I like Rampage. I thought it was really
I
good.
didn't see it.
It was
No,
a
it was
big,
good.
over-the-top, stupid action film.
And it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, it was a really easy, great watch. I thought I really enjoyed Rampage. Actually, if that's a video game film, then that's my favourite video game film.
Well, yeah,
But the game is just destroying buildings, isn't it?
that's all the film was.
yeah. No, that's
enough.
the best video game film ever made. Like,
Okay,
it's really
done.
good. Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you for tuning in.
I think that kind of exhausts the, I wouldn't say good list, the passable as films list.
Yeah, what's on the poop
Yeah,
roll?
like what would be
Super
your
Mario Brothers.
like bottom
Which
of the
is by
pile?
someone who's heard the name and maybe got given a few character photos and said, right, make a
It's
film
so
like this.
insane. Where the route they went for Super Mario. They were like, okay, we've got this bright mushroom kingdom, happy characters, really smiley. What should we do? Underground, grimy dystopia.
Yeah.
What?
Cyberpunk.
Covered in mucus, slime,
Disgusting
realistic
cyberpunk
dinosaurs,
dystopia.
Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, getting drunk on set.
Tiny-headed crocodile men.
What about these Goombas? No, not Goombas. Just shrink their heads, make them look like lizards.
I mean, that film doesn't work for me on a it's so bad it's good. It's just so bad.
Yeah, it's not watchable.
Once
it's not
again,
even watchable.
I loved it when I was little, just because
It was a film.
it was
based on
a
love.
film
It was
based
a
on
Mario.
love. That was kind of like.
Do you think
We're so spoilt now.
Yeah.
That was all I had.
honestly, that was like our Avengers then, wasn't it? That's
Yeah.
the best we had.
Yeah.
It was.
That was our Avengers.
That's
really
a
was.
perfect
That was
soundbite
our
for this
game.
episode.
Yeah.
Oh
Like-
my god.
Do you think the writers played one level of the game at all?
No.
I really don't think they did. They can't even. Oh, this is kind of fun and airy.
They heard the words Italian plumber.
Jumps
and
on things
that's
and kills
literally
them.
it. And they were like, okay, Italian plumber.
He jumps
yeah.
on stuff and
He
kills
goes
it.
down
So
a
that's
pipe
probably pretty violent.
to
Isn't
a
it?
shitty world because he's used to dealing with shit. So that's it.
I fixed my toilet the other day. Speaking
Oh,
of
yeah?
plumbing, yeah.
How'd that
I,
go?
If we'd filmed it, that probably would have been better than
Yeah,
Super
I
Mario
mean, no,
Brothers.
it's pretty cool. I sort of like,
Tighten up a screw.
I looked at Dan Jackson's like pictures and just sort of worked it out and just did it all by myself.
If anyone
kind of
needs
thing.
any plumbing work done, by the
Yeah.
way, DPJ Plumbing Solutions.
DJP,
DPJ
Is it
Jackson.
DPJ?
Daniel Jackson.
Daniel
Jackson.
Plumbing Jackson.
Daniel Paul.
Daniel Plumbing Jackson is your man. He's this week's unbeknowing sponsor.
Daniel Plumber.
Daniel
Rabbit Ears Jackson.
Plumber, Bunny Ears,
We'll
Jackson
we'll
will
confirm.
plumb for you.
We'll confirm whether it's DPJ or DJP. I think it's DJP.
Yeah.
Is it
DPJ.
Is it
Specifically,
DPJ?
though, you've got to be listening in the Greater
It's Daniel
Midlands
Plumbing
area.
Jackson.
No, his middle name's Paul.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was-
DPJ. Not
I
Daniel
always thought it
Plumbing
was
Jackson.
I just
Why would
assumed-
it be Plumber Jackson?
I thought it was Daniel Jackson Plumbing.
Is your middle name your job?
I'm a
To be
Hawang.
fair, our builder is just called John the Builder.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like Bob the Builder.
No, I thought it was DJP, Daniel Jackson Plumbing. I might be dyslexic. I
No,
don't know.
DPJ.
I haven't been diagnosed yet. but-
Dan, I'm so sorry about this terrible publicity. Like, apologies.
We'll put a
can
link.
plumb, he can do
We'll
other
put a
plumbing
link.
stuff. I think
He's
He's
now
gas
he's
safe.
gas certified.
he's now gas certified, so yeah.
Okay,
And
well,
he can spell his name right.
So Dan, thank you. You can come service my boiler in payment for the 7 people who are going to listen to this.
no,
We're
we'll
up to 15 subscribers now.
Woo!
So.
Yeah, amazing.
thank you.
So-
Yeah, so you're welcome, Daniel Plumbing Jackson.
So Rob, what other video game movies have we got? Which movies did Dan Plumber Jackson like as a plumber?
So there's two that stand out as not just bad video game films, but like universally panned as films. Blood Rain.
Are they both Uwe Boll films?
They're both Uwe Boll
Oh well,
films.
come on, they kind
It's
of come
okay.
under their own category as being.
Okay, can we just
cats,
stop
don't
and
they?
say these are great films? Because I don't want to box him.
No.
I don't want to fight him in the ring.
Yeah.
Let's just say these
I'll
films are
box
great.
Uwe Boll for
No.
publicity.
Is it?
Postal.
What's the other one he did? The Blood Rain.
In the Name of the
in
King.
Name of the
Talking
King.
about crazy boxing matches, hasn't Justin Bieber just called out Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise will
Have you
destroy
heard
him.
this? Tom Cruise will destroy him. What is he thinking?
And like,
I
Justin
think
Bieber's got
even
Usher
like
in his
even without
corner,
any
hasn't he?
prep, but like if you give Tom Cruise
No.
that time,
Yeah, he's got Usher.
He's got Usher.
Usher's the guy who found him, isn't he? Like Usher's.
is it
Usher's
just
his-
me or is Tom Cruise Batman? If you give him enough time, he's capable of anything.
I've heard
He-
Tom Cruise wants Henry Cavill in his corner. It's like a tag team.
Henry
Have you
Cavill
heard-
was so overrated in Mission Impossible.
Oh, shush.
great.
Alex,
No, he was
just
like
go
he was
away.
all right, but like I mean, no, that arm punch, that double punch thing, where like
Alex,
that was great.
have you ever reloaded your hands in the middle of a fight?
No, the reload was amazing, and that was
great.
incredible. That was like top banana, you know.
And the mustache.
The mustache was cool, but
Mustache made it.
I just thought,
No,
I
he was
didn't think
great.
he was that. Like, I thought he was a good character, but I just thought he was overblown. I thought it's people trying to sell him into other films. Like, oh, Henry Cavill's amazing. I thought he was all right. Like, I didn't think he was bad or anything. I thought he was oversold in Mission Impossible.
You're wrong.
I'm not.
Have you
wrong.
seen who else wants to fight Bieber now? Who's come out in Tom Cruise's defence?
Is it Sly Stallone?
It's Steve-O from Jackass. Who needs the fame because at the moment he's doing loads of stunts to try and stop SeaWorld. He's obsessed with it. And I think he needs the kind of the buzz.
Okay.
He would do it as well. He'd fight Bieber.
Anyone.
And actually, I think Steve would probably win because he doesn't feel pain. He's fearless. And it's
I'm
Bieber.
not interested in a Steve-O Bieber fight. I am interested in a Bieber Cruz fight though.
But it's.
Do you know who Cruz needs in his corner? I was recently shown the show reel of the Chinese guy. I'm saying Chinese. It could be any. I don't know. The Asian guy he fights in the toilets in Fallout.
Yeah.
His name's Liang Yang. You should check out his show reel. This guy is amazing. He has been all of your favorite things in all your favorite films, and you've never even realized it.
Makeup on.
He's incredible. Like the best character in the new Star Wars films was played by him. The traitor. Traitor with his awesome sort of thing. But he's just got the most epic show reel ever. He's worked on loads of stuff. So check that out. What else he worked in? I'll have to Google it. Yeah.
So what's
dead air here? So
Hitman?
Hitman's terrible.
I don't think he was in
dreadful.
Hitman. He was in Skyfall. Liang Yang.
It was in Skyfall.
He was one of the guys one of the guys that gets thrown down to the Komodo dragons. Do you remember that bit?
Vaguely.
Yeah. Hitman, are we thinking, is that a good film?
I've
think
not
it's a
seen it.
terrible
No.
film.
not in,
No.
See, a lot of these video game films I will not even watch. So this is just like a
Yeah.
really bad thing because like they all look crap and they're all mostly
Hitman,
crap.
I didn't finish it because it was that
There was
bad.
a sequel, Hitman Agent 47, or
Yeah.
was it a reboot?
I don't know.
And there was
I
a
feel-
man who looked like a weird shaved Orlando Bloom.
To me, Death Race. I know Death Race isn't a
Oliphant
game
was the
adaptation, but
original,
it feels
wasn't
like
it?
one.
Timothy Oliphant.
I think Death Race could be quite a good video game adaptation, but it's not. I wish it was, but it feels like a good video game.
The other way round though, do you remember Carmageddon?
Yes.
That was originally designed to be a Death Race 2000 game,
Okay.
and they lost the rights, so
Yeah.
they just reskinned it and called it Carmageddon. So Carmageddon was a really good game.
Carmageddon was great.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to get like blood on your windscreen? You have to like. rinse
Yeah,
it
and
off.
like your car got all knackered. Yeah.
Just to throw an additional question at you, completely like off the cuff. What video game would you like to see as a film? What do you think
I
would
Halo
make
would work?
a
Give
good
it
Halo.
back to Neil Blomkamp. It'd be great.
haven't they been trying to make that for like?
Neil Blomkamp did pretty much. He
Was
did
there a
that.
really
Neil
good
Blomkamp,
short?
There's a couple of great shorts.
Yeah, he got in quite a far way.
He
far
made
into
all the guns,
production,
all
he
the
got loads
cars,
of stuff
all the
I
made.
mean,
props.
surely Neil Blomkamp's reached the point where he should be allowed to
The
just
problem
do what he
is-
I don't
wants.
trust him.
I don't know whether. I mean, I love Neil Blomkamp, but I don't know whether his sort of visual style fits Halo.
It's
I
got
don't
to be
think it's a
big,
good.
hasn't it?
I don't think it's a good mix.
You know who could? The Rousseau brothers. I think they could carry off something like Halo.
Yeah,
Something because they can make the epic feel
Yeah.
small, can't they?
yeah. I
What
think
was-
that's a really good call. Someone like the Russos would be really good with Halo.
What was that game like on the place? Was it called Loaded or Reloaded? Like, do you remember? Like,
I don't
yeah,
remember
had,
what
like-
it was about.
It was like crazy. Like it had these great little I think Reloaded was the sequel, obviously, but like it had like these great little like animations of just absolutely like
Isn't that
screwed up
Metallica
characters
album?
or something.
Load
And like
and Reload.
you just go around like shooting your
Like
way out of
shooting
prison.
game.
Yeah, like 2D little like PlayStation 1.
You
game.
know what
And
needs
it
to be
was
adapted
insane.
actually?
Like, that'd be cool.
Pitch Black.
Someone
Escape from Butcher
who's
Bay.
listening will know what I'm talking about.
Why is that not?
You know what?
adapted?
Flipping it, the best video game adaptation of a movie, Escape from Butcher Bay might be up there.
Yeah,
So the
definitely.
video
It's
game
better than the
tie-in
film.
with a
I think it's
movie.
better than Pitch Black.
It's not better than Pitch Black,
think-
but I think it's better than all the other sequels.
I think the story might be better than Pitch Black in places.
Escape from Butcher Bay.
As
What
much as I
about,
love Pitch
um,
Black,
Pong?
Butcher Bay is
Is it
amazing.
Pong? Ping or Pong?
The game Pong.
Pong,
As a
yeah.
film.
It's on
Yeah,
TV
yeah.
right now. I watched Djokovic in the Pong adaptation.
What about Gears of War?
No, that'd be
That-
good.
that could be a good
That
movie.
could be good, but
That is
it
one
wouldn't
of
It's
work.
one that they could very easily.
They'd
just
give it to Uwe or something, and it wouldn't work.
See, the problem is that
That sounds like a Neil Blomkamp
I don't
film.
think anyone in Hollywood plays video games. I think that's the issue.
You know who should adapt? Who should adapt Gears of War? McG.
Oh God, no.
Michael Bay.
It's
Yeah.
video game movies kind of get the same treatment superhero movies did in the
Yeah.
late
Yeah.
90s, early 2000s. It's sort of
Cheese.
like just cheese.
now they
It
give
needs someone
yeah.
to come along and treat it like
the like of Taika Waititi coming in and giving
Like-
it something unique.
Like
Give
a
it to an
Game
indie
Boy
director.
Feige or something.
like it's easy to forget. Christopher Nolan did a Batman film.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Auteur
It's
Christopher
like
Nolan.
auteur Christopher Nolan. did Batman
and that's,
trilogy.
and that's why they were good films, because they gave them to a
and
strong director who would fight to get things his way.
And
I mean,
he's
the third one was cack, but
The minute a director lets go and gives it back to the studio, they fall because they don't know what.
and I think that's
yeah.
it needs someone to do a video game film who like they're just like a big name.
Here's
do
some
something
money.
good.
Studio, stay away.
I bet James Wan plays games, doesn't he? Like, do you reckon?
James Wan,
Years.
he could do a decent one.
I've
yeah,
always
'cause
wanted-
Aquaman worked. A big silly thing like Aquaman. Think of like an over-the-top video game. Like I'm trying to think of like a really
Reloaded.
Like Reloaded. Game that needs to be done is God of War. The last God of War game was just a masterpiece. But I think, to be honest, it's big, it's epic. Does it work in a film?
Do you know what what
too
would be
long.
good? Give the Game of Thrones boys a Red Dead series.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would work.
I think video games work better as series.
Yeah.
They always do. 'Cause
I've
there's
always
more
wanted a
time for them.
proper story character-based Metal Gear Solid film.
That's another game I just couldn't play.
I can't get
The
into that.
danger is with the
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
Are they going to go for this is a story about a spy, or are they going to go for
Well,
this
that's
is a
the
story
thing.
about weird future tech, people having sex with machines, and all the
Yeah,
weird
there's no
stuff in
middle
Phantom
ground with the
Pain?
film, is there?
It's either going to be crazy and insane.
Did they ever
Hideo
make any
Kojima.
Final Fantasy films or
There
like
was
animated
Spirits
ones?
Spirits Within,
Yeah.
which was
It was almost
Early
like
CG.
layered CG.
yeah, it's
over-
early layered CG, so it's kind of got that Polar Express dead-eyed monster look to it.
What was that Keanu film that was cel-shaded?
That works kind of darkly.
It felt a
Scandal.
little bit like
that
that.
was what's that called now? What's complete blank on this?
Rotoscope.
Rotoscoping, yeah.
Yeah.
That works really well for that kind of drug-induced weird.
But you
film.
could do a video game adaptation in that style, and it'd work quite well.
Yeah, I think I'd work for Mortal Kombat. Go back to the original
Yeah.
sprites of Mortal Kombat. Do you remember playing Mortal Kombat as a kid? And as a kid, it felt photo-real, like the characters, because they looked so much better than everything else at the time.
Oh, what am I on about? I know exactly which film I want to see made. What game I want to see made as a film,
Ratchet
and I know
and
who I
Clank.
want to direct it as well.
It's already been done.
So I want
Has it?
What's
Ratchet
that?
and
What's
Clank
that?
been done?
Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, that
Was
was
it
a
good?
CG film.
It's animated.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's kind of cheesy.
Streets of
isn't it?
Rage. And I want it to be directed by
A gangland film.
eh?
Like a gangland.
Like the Raid.
Action.
Gareth
yeah, the Raid.
Edwards. from
I want
Gareth.
it. I want them to be.
Gareth
You know,
Evans.
in the raid, they've got to make their way up a building.
Stand
They've
along
just gotta-
street.
They've just got to make their way to the end of the street. Like
A very
the
long
entire,
street.
just a really long
Hey
street.
guys, it's a bridge.
Yeah.
Ooh, some food.
Oh man, it'd
Are
be
they gonna
amazing.
find meat behind bins and eat
Under
it?
boxes.
Hey, an apple on the
Hey,
floor.
I'm pretty healthy right now. Do you want to eat this beef?
Calling an airstrike.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be amazing. With
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone playing Axel. Yo,
Would you have the
hey.
kid from the skater from?
No,
Streets of Rage
I'd have
3?
Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes playing Adam, and then who would play Blaze?
Would they be able to kill themselves by doing their special move by punching too much and too
Oh,
fast?
maybe
Blaze.
Van Damme could play Blaze.
You know what? He still looks all right.
The woman.
I watched a
He'd
bit
be
more of
great.
Jean-Claude Van Johnson.
What, in
She's all
drag?
right. Don't mind it.
Yeah.
Van Damme in drag.
No, what's CGI?
CGI woman.
We'd CGI him.
Jean-Claude Van Drag.
I bet Jet from Gladiator still looks good. She could play the woman.
Jet from Gladiator. Okay, yeah. Let's pitch this. So we
Is
need
the wolf
Sly,
still alive?
Snipes, and Jet
Yeah.
from Gladiators to headline our Streets of Rage film.
That'll work.
How about Golden Axe?
That Game of Thrones is kind of the same thing, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
just fighting and.
I'm amazed they never
If they
did
do a Golden
films
Axe
of
movie, they
these.
need to have a scene of someone just chasing a little around trying to get stuff off him with a little sack.
What about some of the other
go on,
ones
Rob.
off your list,
Yeah,
Rob?
what's
Let's
the
smash
brand
through
list?
them. We'll tell you whether you think they're good or bad. I'll save you some time. They're all bad.
Yeah, you'd be right.
One of them's all right.
Prince of Persia.
That one's all right,
it was
man.
unwatchable.
I enjoyed Prince of Persia.
Oh my god, I've never
Just
had such a miserable time.
Identical,
Nah, I thought it was
almost
alright.
identical film. Has anyone seen Assassin's Creed with Fassbender?
Well, that
No.
was one of the next on my
My
list. It's
God,
awful.
that's a bad film.
No.
It's so bad.
It's
Oh,
I've like felt
I'm not even going to talk about it. It's not worth the time. Don't
It's
even-
strange.
Isn't
because
it Fassbender and Marion Cotillard and like
Oh, it's
really
got a good
strong
cast.
cast?
Yeah.
Jeremy Irons.
Yeah.
It's got like a really strong casting.
Oh, it's so
But
bad.
the concept of the game's quite interesting.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
how
it's
could you
interesting
make such a
concept, good
boring
story.
film?
God, it's dull. Yeah, don't bother. Don't bother.
Warcraft.
Didn't see that.
Like it?
Wasn't
I
interested.
like it.
Really?
It's good.
Duncan Jones, is
Duncan
it?
Jones. It's all right. Yeah.
I
Kept me gripped. I liked it.
You need to be more confident in your defense.
went in not
Oh,
liking
no, it's not
World of
great. I'm not
Warcraft.
saying it's a masterpiece. It's a mess, but it's
I was saying this earlier.
watchable.
We need to accept that some films are allowed to be average.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's how averages work.
that's-
You need
yeah.
ones in the
You
middle.
need- You need ones in the middle. Like I watched the new Shaft the other day on Netflix. Perfectly average, perfectly enjoyable.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine,
I think.
enjoyed it.
I feel like back in the day, it was easy to be an average film. Like, if you go back, and some of the films I love probably are pretty average if you look back.
I watched Total Recall the other day. Still one of the greatest films of all time. If it came out now, I'd be slagging it off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Terribly.
Really?
But
man.
it's amazing.
Total Recall.
It's amazing. But if you step away from it and just look at all the issues that it's got, you would not let a new film get away with it. You
But
wouldn't.
There's
What
a
do you
lot of
think
bits
that
that are
says,
quite
though?
slow and drawn out.
Positive
aren't they?
ways, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why.
Well,
it's
yeah,
like-
no, exactly.
so
For the
that's
time,
cool.
it was perfect. Yeah. But I think we just need to just accept average a little
Like,
bit.
I love Escape from LA, but it's a bad sequel to Escape from New York, isn't it? But I love it.
Yeah.
And if it came out now as like he's much older, it'd get panned. So
Having exhausted the adaptations list, I've got one honourable mention which doesn't fall into the category, but I couldn't finish the episode without mentioning it. King of Kong.
Yeah, that's the best video game film of all time. I'm with you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Have
easily.
you seen King of Kong?
No, I haven't seen King.
Oh,
Wow.
When was
Yeah.
this?
You know
Basically.
what? I think that counts.
It's,
I think
it's
that
a
counts.
docu-film which has a video game in it as the central character. It's about a guy trying to break the world record playing Donkey Kong on an arcade game.
Someone's got to have my DVD.
And there's a guy who's essentially the villain,
Rob, stop.
and that's all you need to know.
Sam's looking really stressed out.
Just stop. If anyone out there's got my DVD of King of Kong, I need it back, please. Just get that out there.
Cool, man.
So that kind of sums up our thoughts on video game
Are
adaptations.
we gonna like come up with like an ultimate best one?
So the best one
Like-
is King of Kong.
Rampage.
More Kombat,
I've got to come with the best one.
your favourite.
Oh, my favourite.
Rampage
I
/
think
Silent
Mortal
Hill.
Kombat, yeah.
What?
My favourite video game adaptation, yeah.
So,
So-
Mortal Kombat is ultimately.
Mortal Kombat is the winner of
Rampage.
video game adaptation. Oh, shit. It's a
Tactical
tie.
voting.
It's a tie.
Yeah.
Toy Story 2.
It wasn't just any game. A wonder-filled fantasy. Something so evil.
So, time to spin and work out what we're going to do next episode, guys. Here we go. What's it going to be? Something good, I hope. Let's see what it says on the spinner.
Thunder in
Thunder. The
paradise.
girls look pretty. So, it says we've got to watch all of Thunder in Paradise and review it.
Yay!
How many
No.
episodes of it were there?
Pardon?
You can't have been
I have
made.
no idea. Right, so, next episode, we are going to be revisiting the 60s, man. Groovy. We're going to look at the best movies of the 60s. So, I hope you guys are au fait with
I-
60s cinema.
I don't watch films that came out before the year of my birth.
Okay.
I don't watch any films before the year 2000. Quite a
So
few
I'm
of us
not,
do that.
I'm just not
Yeah.
going to turn up.
I
to
don't
this
watch anything that's come out like before last month.
I'm into free love.
Yeah.
one. So next,
I'm also
next
into
week it's
paid
going to just
love.
be Alex
And Paid Love.
talking about paid love.
There we go. So, have a think about what your favourite 60s films are, and I look forward to having a chat about that.
Nice.
You're invited to my party.
Find out how good you are.
Eat one lousy foot, they call you a cannibal.
So that sums up our thoughts on video game adaptations. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to hit like, subscribe, listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, and all those other good platforms that we're on. See you next time.
Mortal Kombat!